Welcome to Morning Joan, the only podcast where we spill all the tea and give you the juiciest gossip. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you, but first, let's dive into some celebrity news that's been making waves. It seems like 2025 has been the year of love for many of our favorite stars, with numerous engagements popping up left and right. From Becca Tilley and Hailey Kiyoko to Kelly Osbourne and Sid Wilson, it looks like these couples are ready to take their relationships to the next level. And who can blame them? With romantic getaways, surprise proposals, and heartfelt declarations of love, we're definitely feeling the romance in the air. We've also got some familiar faces from reality TV and music-making appearances on our engagement list. James Maslow from Big Time Rush proposed to his longtime partner Caitlin Spears, while the Vampire Diaries alum Candace King said yes to Steven Kruger. Even TLC star Amy Slayton from Wenhausen-Delaby Sisters got engaged to her boyfriend Brian Loveborn in a spooky haunted house proposal. But that's not all. Simu Liu from Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is also tying the knot with his partner Allison Shu, and Crystal Hefner, the widow of Hugh Hefner, found love again with James Ward. And let's not forget about Rachel Uchitel, who announced her engagement to Dan Donovan after a whirlwind romance. With so many celebrity engagements happening this year, it's hard to keep track of them all. But don't worry, we've got you covered here on Morning Joan. We'll be diving deeper into these love stories and more throughout the show, so grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's dish out all the latest gossip. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, darlings. Can we talk about the latest celebrity shenanigans? It seems like Halloween was the perfect excuse for our favorite stars to get creative and show off their spooky styles. I mean, who doesn't love a good costume party, am I right? So, Hailey Bieber was spotted celebrating Bella Hadid's birthday at a Halloween bash, and I have to say, these two are just too cute together. But, of course, the real question is, what were they wearing? Hailey opted for a sleek black jumpsuit, while Bella went for a more daring look in a sheer white dress. Trust me on this, folks, these girls know how to bring the heat. And it wasn't just the birthday girl who was getting attention. Teresa Giudice was also showing some skin, because, well, why not? It's Halloween after all. Romeo Beckham and his girlfriend Kim Turnbull were spotted out and about, rekindling their romance, and I have to say, they make a pretty adorable couple. But the real fashion moment of the night belonged to Gigi Hadid, who celebrated her dad's birthday in style. I mean, this girl can rock a look like no one's business. And speaking of business, it seems like Katie Maloney and Nick Martin are getting serious, packing on the PDA for all to see. Now, I know what you're thinking, Joan. What about the Halloween costumes? Oh, grow up! Of course, we have to talk about the costumes. Khloe Kardashian went as a Care Bear, because why not? Kate Hudson got into the Halloween spirit with a spooky skeleton onesie, and Denise Richards spread her wings as a beautiful butterfly. And then there were the couple's costumes. Ariana Madix and her boyfriend Daniel Way dressed up as Lady Gaga and, well, I'm not quite sure who he was supposed to be, but they looked adorable together. Tia Mowry and Tamara Mowley. Housley were embracing their holiday alter egos because, twinsies. But the real showstopper of the night belonged to Coco Rocha and Christian Siriano, who turned the deck into a runway on the Cunard's Queen Mary 2. I mean, can you think of a more glamorous way to sail the seas? And finally, Paris Hilton and Ryan Philippe posed in front of the Raising Cane's food truck at Voz Morgan and Michael Braun's annual Halloween party, because, priorities. Welcome back to Morning Joan. We're closing out the show today with a fascinating story about the origins of a very common word, cop. You know, it's one of those terms we use all the time without really thinking about where it came from. But, as it turns out, the history of cop is pretty interesting. According to linguistics expert Michael Adams, the term cop has its roots in the mid-19th century, when police officers were known for capturing or copping criminals. Over time, the term shortened to just cop, and it's been used to refer to police officers ever since. But what's really interesting is that cop wasn't always a neutral term. In the early 20th century, it was often used as a slang expression, and it had a somewhat negative connotation. It wasn't until later, with the rise of popular culture and media portrayals of police officers, that cop became a more widely accepted and respectful term. Now, you might be wondering why this matters. But the truth is, understanding the origins of words like cop can give us insight into the cultural and historical context in which they were used, and it's a reminder that language is always evolving, reflecting changes in our society and values over time. So, there you have it, the story behind the word cop. It's a small but fascinating piece of linguistic history, and it's a great reminder to always be curious about the words we use every day. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay fabulous.